Hold on. Call this. Oh, I'm listening to some good music. Ooh, makeup in here, makeup in here. There's no makeup, just the hair. All that there is today, all that there is. Hi there. Happy New Year. I'm just going to make this privacy thing public. Done. And I'm going to make this privacy public, and that's done. And what's up? It's Saturday morning, and we are here. I am here, and you are here, and William D is here. Carla, Happy New Year. Julie Luce, I'm glad we got to hang out last night. It was a good night. It was a really good night, and excuse me. We even had balloons. So we had balloons in the house. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. It is one more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger. Hello there.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How is it?
It's a little gray, but it's a beautiful day. How are you?
Fine.
Thanks for stopping by last night.
Yeah, briefly. We turned in early, or I did. You know, I didn't make it close to midnight here.
No. Did Layla?
Layla, I don't know. Layla,
the rescue princess.
Then went back out. I don't know. Layla was tired, but Layla is FOMO. So I'll have to ask her when she gets up this morning what time she
She's still in bed.
She's still in bed. What time did you sign on?
Julie Luce, what time was that? 4 something, I think. We signed off and then we resumed for a while, a couple of us.
Sleep's overrated, huh?
Kind of. Today. Gloomy in Connecticut also, yeah. Yeah, it was great to see Mama Grace last night, right? We're going to do a show with Mama Grace. If not every week, we'll do it at least once a month. Kind of an Ask Mama Grace kind of show.
Ask Mama Grace. That's good.
Don't you think? Now we can ask Jeff, what was for dinner?
We did an appetizer. We did caviar for appetizers. Caviar with little, what do they call them? The blini pancakes or something.
Okay.
Creme fraiche and chopped up egg and onions.
Fancy.
Very delicious. That was Lisa's request.
Sounds lovely.
With that. And then last night was meat night. We did steaks on the grill, brown rice with mushrooms and onions, and a salad with some marinated white anchovies I found at one of the specialty stores yesterday.
Marinated white anchovies. Okay.
Not like the ones in the can, not the salty ones. These were just the white, that are just kind of soaked in. Have they been soaked in oil or vinegar? One of the two. Delicious.
Sounds lovely. And to drink?
Get some wine. It's wine, and then
Well, sometimes you say we had a wonderful
we
bottle.
have because of Oberon Cabernet, which is very good, very affordable, very good for the price. Highly recommended.
Oberon?
Yeah, it's Napa. It's Napa area, I think. Yeah. Yep. Very good. I've had it many times. But I think it was weird because we had it at the wedding. I think it was some
Okay.
wedding.
And for dessert, anything?
Well, I'd gotten a creme brulee at the store, another store, which we were once I got into a little bit of the last bit of the flourless chocolate cake from last week, I didn't have any room for the creme brulee. So that'll be tonight. I think we're going vegetarian tonight.
Ah, sounds like a good idea. Which
I got some already grilled artichokes. Artichoke hearts. Already done at the store. So I thought I would I think I'm going to try to make chop them up and make it with spinach and cheese and do a pasta sauce. That's what I got in mind. Warriors are on at 6. So
Warriors. Yes, they are. Got to get into it. Get back into it.
Yeah, well, they didn't play Thursday because the other team didn't have enough players. So Clay Thompson is on the verge of being back.
Careful, Clay.
That will be he scrimmaged with Steph yesterday, day before. They actually scrimmaged together for the first time, 2.5 years. So he's within a week or two back. We're back.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And how's your weather today? We have gloomy, and let me see what is the temperature? 34 degrees.
Ooh, it is chilly, sunny and chilly today. Let's see.
And it's saying hazy.
It says right now that it's 49.
That's chilly.
Heading to a high of 61. But it's sunny. We have no clouds. Beautiful, bright sunshine.
That's chilly though, compared to what it normally is these days in the winter. What's the coolest that you get?
Well, this week has been about as chilly as when it's consistently lows are in the 40s. That's as chilly as it gets. And not to get out of the 50s, that's about as cold as it gets. I mean, you have a 3 or 4 day unusual cold spell, but generally this is the chilliest. And interesting, usually around New Year's, it's actually usually a little warmer. It's usually the bigger spread between the lows and the highs. So, but it's cool.
That's good. William said he'll take sunshine in 41. And where does Jeff live? Tell us where you live, Jeff.
Newport Beach, California.
Newport Beach, California. SoCal.
Mm-hmm.
And how close to the ocean are you? To the beach?
Our house is like 3 miles up the hill. So when the climate change hits and the tsunami gets us, we probably won't reach all the way up here.
Okay. That's good. You're in a good spot.
We're up on, we're straight up the hill. So
when part of the coast goes away, you'll still be there.
I mean, we can get down there in 5 minutes, and it's not far. But
3 minutes.
5-6 minutes to get different beaches, but we have no ocean view. No, that's why we go to Laguna. So that we have the month with an ocean view, watch sunsets. But here we have a bit of a sanctuary, which is cool.
Oh, you bought a happy lamp. Good for you. I have a lot of happy lamps around. Like, oops, that one. And here's another. Oh, it's unplugged. This happy lamp is unplugged. Good, Carla. You can work.
This would have been. Let's see. This is the 67th. Would have been the 67th wedding anniversary of my parents today, had they been with us. As my dad used to always say, he started the year off with a bang.
That's really good. How many years?
That's a term, that is not, you have to be old to know that term.
Started off with a bang.
Yeah, the bang isn't used. It's not I don't think that's a word used anymore.
Hi, Rich. Hello, Cashew. Cashew, where are you? Cashew's the cutest puppy.
What was your question?
Next to Lillian, and I don't remember. Don't remember. Sleep is overrated, but sometimes I miss the questions. Happy New Year, Naomi. Happy New Year. Let's see. We're coast to coast, Connecticut to California right now, as we speak. Carla's here. She's in Connecticut. Naomi's in Malibu. So we got a heavier Southern California thing. Oh, Northern too. Thank you, Rich. Happy New Year to you as well. So what's today, Jeff?
I don't know. I still have a couple of work projects that got some. I may have to pay attention to that. May hit some golf balls.
So is
I don't know. May do some. I don't know. I haven't. Those are on the agenda. May swim. Probably will swim later. I need some exercise.
We were talking about your parents. How many years again?
This would have been 67.
And it started with a bang. That's what we were discussing.
He'd say every year. He'd say that every year.
It started with a bang.
But he'd say he had all kinds of one-liners like that.
We call them Benisms in our house. He'd say people are more alike than they are different.
I saw the pictures you've been posting.
Did you see the video of him with his crab a leg?
With the what?
He was helping me with dinner, and he was making crab legs. My father.
The video, I saw the picture.
Oh, the day before, I think there was a video. On Christmas.
Did he like crab legs?
Oh, yeah. We'd eat crab every day for a while. Weeks.
The answer to that question is yes. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think have I had any since he left the planet?
I was in the store today.
Maybe.
Back when I was in Northern California as a kid, crab was cheap.
Yeah.
So I said, I was in there and they had some fresh Dungeness crab. I said, how much? Because they hadn't put the little tags out yet for the pricing when we got in there. What did he say? It was $24.99 a pound. I said, well, how much are they? He said, they're about 2 pounds. I'm saying $50 for a friggin' crab? What in the world?
Well, and the Moroccos paid, I think, let me see. I have the photo, so I don't have to think. Hold on. Internet went, their internet went crazy last night from the cold. Psycho priced, but once a year. $96.15.
For what?
For a pound.
Well, is that just the meat? Is that the
for crab legs? $96.15.
Not shell. That's with the shell on.
Crab leg. Crab leg.
The king crab legs. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So, but back in the 90s, we used to do every New Year's Eve was Dungeness crab, and so we'd come out with one per person. So if we'd have 6 people, I'd get 6 or 7 crabs. But I don't think I paid I'm sure I didn't pay more than $100 for the whole package. Couldn't have been for that many crabs. I couldn't have never. Now it's insanity.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Then I walked into, finally I walked into the fish market today. They had lobster tanks. People were getting, and I thought, I just don't know if I have it in me anymore to start throwing live lobsters into pots of boiling water. I'm starting to get a little squeamish about that.
Yeah. I've had that.
Those king crab legs you like, they had to be doused with some kind too.
Oh, I know. I know. That's why I was trying to think if I've eaten any. Hiya. Yeah. I've eaten Dungeness crab right off of the Dungeness spit. I have a friend that lives right there. And you know, it doesn't get any fresher than that, like right there on the spit. But yeah, it's
10 years ago, one of my nieces got married on Bainbridge Island.
oh cool. That's
Actually, not the wedding was not technically on Bainbridge Island. You cross from Bainbridge Island, you cross a river to the main, away from Seattle on the mainland, that then swings all the way around. So it's practically the same as Bainbridge, but it's technically not. It's in a place called, what's it, with a P. Anyway,
Paulsbo.
Paulsbo, Paul. So they have a house there too. And so the wedding was at the well, the wedding wasn't. The night before was at their Paulsbo property, which is kind of got a little house kind of
Beautiful
up
there.
the hill, and then this giant yard that goes all the way down to the Sound. I think it's the Sound there. Yes.
Mhm.
And they would, and then they put crab traps out, just a few yards off the where they live, so they could wait. And so anyway, so they, for the pre I guess you call it rehearsal dinner. I don't know if you call it rehearsal, but the night before the wedding, the dinner they had there, they had been, they've been saving up all their crabs, and so I went crazy. When everybody else was done, there was a table. They were having speeches and doing song, and I'm sitting the only one. I'm still up at the table, just gorging on more crab until I literally could not.
This is like Jeff, get over here.
Oh, my kids were they were some combination of between mortified and amused.
Well, I know a couple people that would have been right there with you. Yeah, Paulsbo is beautiful. There's the covered bridge is there. Do you remember going through the covered bridge?
Vaguely.
Quite idyllic.
The first night there was at a restaurant in town. They did a thing. The night 2 was at their house, and then night 3 was the third day was the wedding. Let's see. But then I remember we walked. Well, the wedding was on the property, and then we all walked about a mile to the reception. Yeah, probably about a mile to this other. Yeah, that's what it was. Cool wedding, fun.
Sounds fun. Although your daughter's wedding looked like it was about one of the most fun. My nephew's was one of the more fun weddings in my life. And now my niece is getting married. She's getting married. He got married in August, and she's getting married next October. And she got a dress from the same designer as your daughter's. Well, and I bought it for her. I'm like, I got to buy you this dress.
So Kevin and Chris are currently in Wichita, Kansas, as we speak.
Really?
A 4-day, I think it's 4 days, a 4-day wedding extravaganza of one of their classmates in college days, Kevin's classmates, whose father is one of the scions, I guess would be that. Would that be the right word? I don't know. Wealthy families of Wichita. So they decide to have this wedding over the New Year's weekend with event after event. I think, did he tell me they were was it a helicopter ride or prop test? Some crazy events that they're all doing. So they're there having a great time, in a place they'd never go where it's cold. But I guess getting flights, everybody getting into Wichita this weekend was no small feat.
No. Hi, Kay. So, and getting home might be a bit of a challenge as well?
Sounds like it's still a problem out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think yesterday or in the last couple of days, over 2,000 flights were canceled. Maybe they'll hang in Wichita for a while.
I don't think they really want to after these. They will probably need a vacation from their vacation, but Yeah, I don't remember because it's been a few months. When he gave us the itinerary, it was like, I said, well, you have to go to that. You couldn't possibly miss going to this thing. I mean, it was insane, the things they had planned.
What were they?
I forgot. It was too many months ago. I remember something about the ride. Then one formal night, it was like a big event each night.
That's lovely. Are you having a big event tonight, or it's just the two of you?
I think it's just the two of us again tonight.
No extra dogs, just the rescue goddess.
I think they're coming tomorrow for dinner.
If any of you are on Instagram, Lillian Pearl has her own page, Ma Girl Lillian Pearl, and Rescue Goddess, aka Layla, has Rescue Goddess. Is that the whole thing?
I think that's, yeah. So what's the Lillian's page?
Ma Girl Lillian Pearl.
Is that new?
No, it's been around for a while. I just haven't done much lately because I post her on my Instagram, and then I go, oh, I should have put it on my other one. I have 6 Instagrams.
Oh, Rescue Goddess has a new picture.
Is that the one where she's on her back with the pink bone?
That was the pink bone.
Yeah.
So we're looking for Ma.
Magearl.
It's the first thing that comes up with an MA.
Really?
How about that?
She's quite popular.
Evidently. Happy New
Your
Year.
world.
How come there's no pictures of her and just pictures of you? Oh, there she is.
There's pictures of her. Like I said, I just haven't been doing it lately.
Yeah. Okay.
I get out, I go, how much more of this can I do? This Instagram and this other stuff. Oh, someone just said, my 2022 wishes for you. 12 months of happiness, 52 weeks of laughter, 365 days of success, 8,760 hours of good health, and 5,600
minutes
of blessings. And how many seconds?
I have no idea. It's 525,600 times 60.
536,000 seconds of joy. 31,536,000 seconds.
No, 500.
25,600 minutes.
25,600 times 60.
I used to live with someone that was one
You're
of
right, 31 million. Geez, 31 million.
31,536,000 seconds.
Yeah, 500. That's right. Times 6 would be 3 million. 31 million. That's how many seconds.
Like, yeah, times, yeah.
Well, we're down to 31,535,900.
Are you a math guy?
No. Not really.
No.
No.
Oh, for those of you that don't know, Jeff is my friend. We met in Mexico in February of 2020. And I was planning on being back there in February to be part of the San Pancho Music Festival, but I won't be there. Will you be? You guys heading down?
For what?
I don't know.
You mean just to go?
Yeah.
That's the point. We're toying with March, but we don't know. We'll see. Africa's been pushed back to next year. So
Did it again? Yeah. That's true. This is the 3rd year it'll be pushed back. Weren't you going to Africa right after Mexico?
Yeah, I was supposed to go the month later. 6 weeks later, something like that. Months to see it. Yeah. Because when I was in Mexico, I was up late at night because the time change making dinner reservations in Africa.
Yeah. I still wish I would have gone to dinner with you that night, but I ended up staying at the festival. One of these days, we will all have a meal together. Red Farm in New York City.
Who knows when?
Who knows when? That's for sure. Who knows when? I have a couple of, I had some champagne for every midnight. I popped a little bottle of champagne.
Oh,
And
time zone, huh?
yeah, we almost, I did make it to Maui. I messaged some people on Maui, but I didn't stay on the show till Maui. But I
So how did you
messaged,
feel this morning?
I'm here. How do I feel? I'm honestly, I'm I'm fine. I'm a little melancholy. My Our dear vet and great friend passed away yesterday, and I'm kind of
California? Michigan.
here. No, not Katie. I have two veterinarians. I have a
Oh, I know.
veterinarian here that I grew up around, and my sister-in-law, and yeah, Jeff Richards.
Died yesterday?
Yeah,
How old?
not very.
Ugh. Sudden or expected?
He had COVID. He'd been fighting for the last 3 weeks in the hospital. 3 weeks.
Just
That.
COVID or it wasn't?
Well, I mean, he was in the hospital with COVID, and had some other
Sorry.
a challenge. Yeah, yeah. It's been a rough 3 weeks. I walk by their house every day. I go, "How is the patient?" And she goes, "Impatient, ready to come home." And he was ready to come home, and then there was a malfunction, and he left the planet. And
Oh,
you can't, when I said this yesterday, I found out about an hour before the show, and so I was pretty much, I needed the help of others at the beginning of the show. But that term, he was the nicest guy. He was the nicest person, and he was a vet for 40 years. His heart was. He called Lillian the oldest puppy that he ever knew. She's the oldest puppy I've known.
Was he retired or had he been still working up until?
No, still working, and worked through the total frontliner. Worked through, up until, yeah. Yep.
So when you thought he was gonna be coming home and all of a sudden it turned the other way and boom. Ugh. That's ugly. Sorry. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a different world here in town, and you can feel it. Small town, and he was on the city council, and just
Oh, really? Oh, so it's a big deal in town.
big
Huh?
royalty. Yeah. Yeah.
That happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's really it's not right. And he has children and grandchildren, and they live 2 blocks away. We had a concert this summer. I performed a concert in their yard. We did a garden party with my friend David Lom, the pianist.
He hid it in their yard.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
talked to his wife?
Texted with her last night.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yes, he was vaccinated. And yeah. And just so you know, I've talked to a few people that have had parties over the Christmas time, and one of my dear friends, I won't say who because they come on the show on occasion, 14 of them had a Christmas Eve party together, and 14 of them all got COVID.
How bad? Anybody really sick?
I think mostly, the flu. They were all vaccinated. They took tests beforehand. They did it all. Right. Just like that party in Marin also, there was, I think out of 24, I think 17 people got COVID. So.
Well, we know it's highly contagious, but
I don't want to even get a cold right now. I can't.
no, I think that's probably the case. Sure. I think that's right. But at some point in time, though, we are going to have to risk those kinds of things without, like we did any other cold anytime before. I mean, when that time comes, I don't know, but we can't live like this indefinitely.
Says Jeff Metzger.
Yeah.
As Jenna's been sitting in her kitchen. Yes, I agree. but I'm okay with it, and I'm doing my best to be safe for myself, to be safe for Grace.
Right. Well, right.
That's a different situation in my mind.
Right. Oh, of course. And people with serious comorbidities, obviously, there's certainly different levels of people and how they approach it. There's no question, or at least it should be. But yeah, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I understand you got to live your life and you need to do that, but I have my own health issues going on, and then I go, Grace, I think we're going to sit this one out. When people say I feel sorry for the children, because they've been on Zoom and their lives were so different, but I acknowledge the seniors. They in my mind, they were living in a senior home where people came in, their family either came in or didn't, other people came in to entertain and be with them, and they lost everything. They were looking at people through a glass. Hi, I have a dear friend here, my friend Bruce Levin, who his father had COVID. His mom also caught it, and so did he. And the mother was asymptomatic, and she couldn't go in and see her husband, and then he ended up dying. Hi, Jerry.
Right. We still have to do a better job of what's not the word, not categorize, but another, not pigeonhole, there's another word, about really identifying where the risks are and dealing with them appropriately. But then on the other hand, to not be overly heavy-handed, on the other end where it's not so risky. So
right.
I guess that's the work in progress. And, the criticism has just been too much of a one size fits all. And if we're ever going to return to some sort of normalcy, I mean, we have to continue to get better at that, like we would do with any other condition. You figure out who's most at risk and you deal with that appropriately. And that's, but this one caught us by surprise again. Quickly, and so here we are back to where nobody knows what the hell to do.
Yeah, I honestly have to say I wasn't surprised. I kind of knew it was going to happen. And my sister and I would talk about it, and she'd say, I'd say too, wait till flu season, and not to be depressing, but it's realistic.
Probably true, and probably every year it's probably going to be some sort of spiking for a long time. I think that although the speed with this one so quickly came upon us and spread so quickly, I mean, we were talking about days from the time we first heard about it until the time it was everywhere.
Yeah, the first time it wasn't like that. We were in Mexico, saluting each other with tequila, and people are like hoarding toilet paper here. What?
And that we were probably at least 3 or 4 months into the thing at that time, didn't even really know it.
When I was in Guatemala in February, nobody was around. Like, oh my goodness, there's no one in this restaurant. Let's walk into this restaurant.
So we'll see. But
yeah, that's scary, Rich. Supposedly flying back to California from Jersey today. Supposedly, I hope her flight goes out. That was interesting when it all started. My niece she flew the day she flew Christmas Day? No, Christmas Eve when it just started, but Southwest hadn't started canceling yet. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they've joined the ranks of the canceled, but that day United canceled, and this person, these people, this company, but.
And it's really hard to predict. You can't really predict a week out or 2 weeks out. I mean, it's really not. I mean, just in terms of not just on both levels, both in terms of what the virus is going to do and what the reaction is going to be to it. Those are two different, I mean, they're connected, of course, but two different phenomenons that create, both of them create their own levels of uncertainty. You can't, so even if you could predict, say, for example, where the virus is going to go in then whatever, 5 days, 10 days, it's still almost unpredictable about what's going to be the consequences of it.
Yeah.
That's why the sports world is, to me, so what's the demonstrative, characteristic, just how random it is. All of a sudden, you have all these things, asymptomatic people, and boom, games get canceled. Just the layers of the layers of impact. And though, and then, for example, here's another example. When the CDC comes out the other day and says now it's 10 days to 5 days. I mean, who can predict? So what I'm saying is,
here's what I have a challenge with about that is 10 days to 5 days, and the person that was infected needs to wear a mask.
No, but I wasn't making the point about the correctness of it. I'm saying my point was, look at the unpredictability of trying to predict the future, both in terms of where the virus is going to go and what the reaction is going to go to it. And I use that as an example. For example, one day it's 10 days, and the next day you wake up and it's 5 days. So now go out 7 days from now and 14 days from now. What are the rules going to be? There's just no way of knowing. I mean, things that was the point. Whether the CDC was right or wrong, that wasn't my point. It was that who knows what's around the next corner. Yeah,
nobody knows, and people go Omicron, however you want to say it, is just like a cold. Well, and they don't know what the long-term effects on it are. If it's going to be your kidneys, your lungs, or anything. But Rob Morocco just said the government head in Alberta advised yesterday to expect that every gathering of 6 people will have at least one with Omicron present. Yeah, I've lived like that. My friend Sybil and I talk about that. I see you, you see me. One of us might have it when we meet up.
Well, if that means that somebody will test positive, forget the symptoms things. That's absolutely certain, and that's why I keep, you look at the NFL and you look at the NBA. I mean, that's just living proof that yes, the thing is spreading for sure. We can debate the severity of it, but clearly that is correct. When you have a gathering of 6 or more, I mean, the Warriors and Suns played last Saturday. The next day you got Draymond, you have the Phoenix coach,
athletes,
2 more of the Phoenix players, and I think 1 more Warriors player. Well, the very next day, they're all testing positive. So, and they played the day before. They played well the day before. There was no sign of anything. So yeah, so the fact that it's certainly positive tests are going to continue to occur.
I've also read that you can, let me read it correctly because I want to quote this, and I think I may have read it on the show the other day, but I'm going to check it out one more time.
And then I gotta go. I gotta get going soon here too.
Because we're having such a positive conversation, but states are they are saying with Omicron that people are most infectious 2 to 3 days prior to even exhibiting symptoms.
Well, sure, but a lot of people will never exhibit symptoms.
Right, asymptomatic to
And that's good though. But that's not a bad thing, because what you obviously, if you're going to get a virus, you like to think that it's mild. I mean, it's better that it's mild than not.
Oh, I just have a little cold. I'm like, okay. But
it's still better than having to go be in the hospital. So the fact that it seems to be mutating to less virulent, I mean, that's predictable, but that's also a better thing than it going the other direction. We don't want the Delta, something that's that is that one was a little bit more testy.
Aggressive, sure.
Aggressive, yeah. So
So what's your day like today? We can change the subject if you want, because I know you got to leave soon. Drink more coffee? How's the new coffee maker?
We'll talk later. I got something else in my mind, but you and I'll talk.
The World Hockey Champion was just shut down. World Hockey Champions was just shut down in Edmonton. 40 sold out of 20,000 seats. Games canceled. Teams sent home as they became infected.
Right. So, is this going to go on for one more day or one more week or one more month?
And are they going to take it as a CDC? Oh, just because of the economy, just put your mask on and go back to work.
Well, but we can't isolate, in my opinion. You can't lock down. There has to be, and we have to find a better balance, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's challenging now because of the way it's spread so fast, so quickly. But we have to keep continuing to search for the right balance. It's just going in one direction completely. I don't.
Michael said, "It's over tomorrow. Don't look up."
That was a very good movie. We can talk about that.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, it was campy, and yes, it was. I enjoyed everyone in it. Yeah, I think it was.
We have a visitor. Well, come here.
There she is. I knew if we talked long enough, Lillian might wake up. But see that little black area right there? Lillian's about right there.
Look who's here. Look who's here. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning, my little girl. There she is. Rescue Goddess. Rescue Goddess. Yeah. What do you want? What are you looking for?
Her gotcha day is coming up.
Her what?
Her gotcha day.
What's her gotcha day?
The day you got her. Her gotcha day.
Oh, that's in the summer.
I thought it was more like April, May. Was it that far in? Okay.
4th of July. Yeah. So we went yesterday. We got to do she got to get on the green. That's been really rainy and muddy, but it was good enough where she could get her running yesterday.
I want to see her. Oh, she looks like a little fox. Can I see her face? Hi, pretty girl. Look at those eyes. Look at these eyes. She loves her dad.
Oh, yes. Yes, my little girl.
She's a wiggle butt, just like Pearly.
She is a wiggle butt. She's going to go get the ball. We got new games. Let's see. What was the latest game? Lisa found a PVC pipe, big PVC pipe in the garage. So one of the games lately is we're trying to teach her. Well, we prop the thing at an angle, put the ball on top, and it rolls out. She goes and gets it. But we're trying to teach her. It's going to take a while to figure out. You put the ball on the top, it goes to the bottom, that she can put the ball and do it herself. No, she hasn't got it yet. That may be a little bit too ambitious, but that's the latest game that Lisa has come up with.
Oh, that'll be so cool. I've seen guys able to put them back into those, the pitch thing, the thing that.
Well, then we have all of the boxes, so we can, including now we got the peanut butter from New Zealand. Of course, we had to get that through Amazon. So this is now, but she's kind of chewed the bottom.
Oh, so it comes in one of those cool boxes, those containers.
Yeah, but she can't. She has trouble getting this one off. But every first of all, every Amazon or whatever package, UPS package comes. First of all, she thinks it's for her. So
every time the truck pulls up. Well, because it probably is.
Yeah, probably most of the time it is. But we throw no boxes away anymore. Every box is now a prop.
Did you see Lillian open her Christmas present? Oh, Jerry, come be on the show. Be my guest sometime and hang out with us. Please, please, please. Let's talk about jazz. Heck yeah. Come on. Maybe next Saturday if you want to come on with Jeff and I. Jeff's a big music guy, and that would be fun. We'll talk about it. Lillian, my friend Mare, sent us 3 packages, beautifully wrapped, just, like a ivory gold with a gold ribbon, just gorgeous. And they were sitting there, and I think it was the day before Christmas Eve. All of a sudden, Lillian walked up to one of them and just went whack like a cat. And then it was on. And she opened, I called Mary, I go, is the big one? She goes, yeah, that's for Lillian. It was her present. It had dog food treats in it. She tore it's on, I think it's a week old now, but she got into that box with the wrapping and everything. And then a couple days later, she walked up to my mom's and whacked that one, and she opened that one up. And then she started to open mine, and then I decided I would open it. So anyway, I'm really happy to hang out with you today. And yes, let's talk. And will we see you next Saturday?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Happy New Year.
What are you wearing, by the way? I didn't ask you.
It's Seahawks. I'm sticking with them thick and thin.
Go Hawks.
Oh, the winter. Oh yeah. The winter. The warm. The wool hat.
Looks like a warm hat.
Yeah.
Well, soon we'll have the Jenna 11:11 with Jenna swag, so we'll get
Perfect.
that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to find my arrow so I can give you quickly a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Bye, Jeff. Say hello. Happy New Year, Lisa. Oh, William D. I'm so glad you're here. Would anyone like to? How about I just go? How about I just go? How about I just go like this? I'll pick a letter if you want to pick one. Oh, Julie Loose. How are the dogs? Julie Loose. I can't think except what does rhyme. I'll go with frogs. Oh, with frogs. Happy New Year's Day, everybody, let's play. And I'm so glad you came along today. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And I will say from my thoughts, make it amazing thoughts. And I will say from my words, altruistic words, from my words and from my heart, oh my heart, oh my heart, I will say always, always, Mama Grace, we're saying goodbye right now. I'll see you in a little while. And always, Michael Keel, thank you very much for staying on so long and hanging out with us. Last night was fun. It really was. So tonight, one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. Tomorrow morning, AJ Martinez. Tomorrow night, Sunday. Poetry Glam. Oh, you want me to show this again? My gift to myself. I'm really, really happy. I'm going to go put it down in Grace's. We have a collection, mini collection of mini Navajo. Yeah. So thank you very much. I love the wow, so does Facebook, and I love each and every one of you. Oh, Jeff, yes, back to a poetry glam. Monday morning we will meander, and Monday night meditate, and so on. Tuesday, Patty cooks, or we talk about cooking, and Tuesday night, Dr. Andrew Rader. Wednesday morning, kind of a walkabout, kind of an open. Wednesdays are kind of open. Community night. Thursday morning, Michael Keel. Thursday night, sometimes Corona Roki, sometimes community, sometimes a new guest, sometimes just me. Friday morning, Armando Ortega. Friday night, display and share. So if it's your first time here, thanks for being here, and please come back. And then Saturday morning is one more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger. Happy New Year, everyone. 2022. Love hard. Patty Loman. Real hard.